and in Arabic it means dreams. And I apologize really. Trying to build peace between Israelis and Palestinians, and I work with Jewish people. During this time I've been pursuing that. Every time I move a minute, it looks like an illusion. How do you address a Palestinian woman under occupation who is deprived from all meanings of security, home, future? How could you create that transformation? I can do that because I am privileged to live in the West, and I am between the two cultures. I benefit, I enjoy, I love the people. But how could I take that message to a woman back there who cannot send her child safely, peacefully to school every day, cannot guarantee his coming back, cannot guarantee his future? How could I create that transformation without being seen as a humiliation again or surrendering or what? And how could I create that same thing in a Jewish woman to support that cause?
I mentioned earlier that if you understand how consciousness operates anywhere, you understand how consciousness operates everywhere. And I'm sure that I'm not the only person in this room who is a professional counselor of some sort. And I want to share with you what my experience is working with couples. I find that the role of counselor is a role of what I think of as a kind of divine neutrality. And I gain the trust of both people because they know that I am there to keep the environment emotionally safe for them while the other person is sharing their concern and their pain and their outrage. However, it is also my job to hold accountable either one of them if they in any way speak in a way that would indicate they have a monopoly on pain. They have a monopoly on suffering. Their suffering is worse. So, from a metaphysical perspective, the work is within you. To know that everything you just said about a Palestinian mother applies to an Israeli mother as well. And when you get that, once again, the question is not what do I do, it's who must I become. You must become someone who has gone to the deepest level and seen the place where the suffering of the Palestinian mother is no different than the suffering of the Israeli mother, and that at the depth they are the same woman. And when you yourself have reached that place, the words will be given you. And not only will the words be given you, you will say them in a way that has the deepest level of moral authority with both women. At the deepest level, the Israeli mother knows that her pain is the same as the Palestinian mother. At the deepest level, the Palestinian mother knows that her pain is the same as the Israeli mother. And both of them are longing to hear from someone such as yourself who knows that too. People hear you from a metaphysical perspective. People hear you on the level you speak from. And so the work at the deepest level is on ourselves. We all want, on a superficial level, someone to agree with us in making the other person wrong. That's easy enough to find. That's not what they need. What we deeply long for is someone to help us out of the jungle, which is the deepest state of the despair. I mean, everybody's pointing at everybody else. They're the problem, the Jews are the problem, the Israelis are the problem, the Palestinians are the problem. The problem is the pointed finger. And particularly when it comes to Israelis and Palestinians, as we know, the majority of Israelis and Palestinians are like what I said earlier, which is like to live in peace and be fine. The problem with the Israelis and the Palestinians is that in both countries, the shadow face of the people is in charge of the government.
Ah, yes. Yes.
My country too.
Yes.